It was a blistering day on the island of Sorrow. Edward was very excited. He was on his way to meet a new engine called Molly. She was waiting as he popped into the yacht. Molly was bright yellow. She had great big wheels and a shiny funnel. She looked very smart. Hello, the new Edward puffed cheerfully. My name's Edward. Hello, I'm Molly. Molly chuffed back. She looked very sad. What's the matter? Asked Edward. A diesel rail car called Daisy laughed at me because I have to take empty trucks to the coaling plant. I want to take full freight cars like a really useful engine. This made Edward feel sad. How could I help Molly feel important? He thought to himself. Then he saw some tarps flopping around the wind. This gave Edward an idea. Yeah, I know what I can do, puffed Edward. Molly reversed the empty cars into a siding. Edward asks Molly's driver to cover freight cars with tarps. With your cars covered up, no one will know they're empty, puffed Edward. Then I will feel important, puffed Molly cheerfully. Later, when Edward saw Daisy at the station, he told her all about Molly's special. What is it? Asked Daisy. Not telling, Edward puffed. But it's the most special of all. Every time Edward asked another and saw another engine, he told them all about Molly's special. Soon, all the engines were excited about Molly's special. Except Spencer. It won't be as important as my express, Spencer huffed. Molly's special was more important than the express, puffed Edward, and you'll see it at Abbey Station. But then Edward was worried. How can I make Molly's freight cars even more special than Spencer's Express? He wondered. Later that evening, Edward saw station masters lighting lanterns. This gave him another idea. Can I borrow one of your lanterns? Edward puffed to the station master. Of course, the station master replied. Soon, Edward's trucks were filled with lanterns as he puffed away to find Molly. Molly's freight cars were decorated with beautiful lanterns. She was taking the cars to the coaling plant for a very important job. Your freight cars will look very special. No, puffed Edward. You must go to Abbey Station. Lots of engines will be there to see you. The lanterns were on Molly's freight cars like a twinkle stars in the night. When Edward and Molly arrived at Abbey Station, Emily, Thomas, Percy, Gordon, Daisy, and Spencer were waiting. Percy gasped. Ooh, wow, replied Thomas. She looks magnificent, explained Emily. This is nice, said Gordon. Daisy thinks it's nice, but she didn't want to admit it. And for the first time, Molly felt special. But not for long. A gust of wind blew one of her the tarps into the air. Oh no, gasped Edward. Now everyone could see was nothing in it. Those freight cars are empty, Spencer huffed. I knew it couldn't be as important as the Express. So there isn't a special? Percy puffed sadly. Oh dear, sighed James. Molly felt silly and not important at all. So she steamed as fast as she could. Edward felt very bad. Just then, Sir Topham Hatt called the station master, and the station master came to see Edward. There are a lot of engines waiting at the coaling plant, the station master said. They're waiting for Molly's freight cars. Oh no, I must find Molly quickly. Molly had stopped on a siding. She looked very sad. I'm sorry, made you look silly. I was out of character, puffed Edward. They're waiting for you empty freight cars at the coaling plant. But I nearly ran out of coal, moaned Molly. Don't worry, puffed Edward. I can help you get there. So Edward pushed, and Molly pulled. Edward and Molly worked together, and they arrived at the coaling plant in no time at all. There were lots of engines. They need the empty freight cars to start their nighttime deliveries. Your empty freight cars were very important after all, puffed Edward. Molly felt so proud. It made her axles tingle. We need even more freight cars, chuffed Henry. I'll get them, chuffed Molly cheerfully. And I'll help, puffed Edward. Great, said Fergus. And Murdoch needs them too. Molly was filled up with more coal. Then Molly and Edward raced back to the yard to collect some more empty freight cars. And they puffed quickly away. Spencer stopped at a junction. His signal box had turned to red. Out of the way, puffed Molly. Empty freight cars coming through. You see, laughed Edward. Sometimes empty freight cars are more important than your express. Spencer's face was as red as... That's the signal. And Molly felt more special than special.